Thank you for joining me. Let's talk about the importance of the sacred masculine. It seems like these days, the feminine gets all of the attention. In the spiritual world, we hear, it is the rise of the divine feminine. In the mainstream world, there's much attention placed on the value of feminine energy and femininity. Don't suppress the feminine, we hear. Be love, be kind, have compassion, be tolerant. Indeed, the feminine is the fertile ground of all creation. It is the chaos from which all order may emerge from. But without the divine feminine's matrimonial counterpart, the sacred masculine, there is no beauty, only destructive chaos. There is this widespread allergy to the energy of order. For some reason, we have convinced ourselves that masculine energy is toxic. It's widely accepted that discipline and being clear and direct is something to abandon. We all have to be very open-minded now, don't we? We all have to exist in this soft sort of weakness that in reality does no justice to the feminine just as much as it does no justice to the masculine. The feminine is trying to unchain herself, but in order to break free, she needs the help of the sacred masculine. And this is where we can realize a sense of direction and order in our spiritual paths. It takes practice to be disciplined. And discipline is kind of a scary word for most people. Even saying it from my mouth might seem a bit intimidating. Ooh, discipline. Oh no, I want to do anything I want. I don't want to have the voice of daddy breathing down my back. It is my opinion that most people struggle in their spiritual paths, not because of a lack of feminine energy, but because of a lack of masculine integration. Many of us love to exist in this kind of pseudo-mystical state where our mysticism is lofty, but never actualized, never present within our day-to-day lives. In order to really feel the mysticism that exists in our dreams or in our minds, in our hearts, you could say, we have to carry over the mystical into the practical, and that's where order comes into play. I know there are many people who watch my videos interested in the topic of ascension. People feel very comfortable thinking about the return to paradise. It sounds so appealing, right? Let's get out of this material prison and into a land or a state that does nothing but nurture. But how do you think we get to that point? We can't stay shackled to feminine chaos. Once we root ourselves in the mystery of it all, once we have stripped away the layers of delusion and illusion and want to shake hands with the very real nurturing breath of Sophia, of the divine feminine, it is then required to order ourselves into the kind of being that lets ascension happen. Ascension does not happen because we visualize it or because we think we are chosen. When I say living soul, I'm not merely talking about an identity we give ourselves. A living soul is one who each and every moment strives to be more alive. To be more alive is to be more embodied in the original energies that sustain all of creation. So we have to be comfortable with ordering ourselves and being very direct in our approach towards spirituality if we want to ascend. Sophia needs our help. This is literal and metaphorical. There is a fallen feminine energy, and we are a part of that energy. And one could interpret the Gnostic story as the following. Sophia left her masculine counterpart, aka the monad, in order to create a false masculine counterpart, aka the demiurge. So now the feminine exists in a state of turmoil. She is crying for the true masculine to emerge from her womb. So when we order ourselves in a way that improves our relationship to our own consciousness, to our own heart, to our own intuition, to our own trajectory, then we don't just order ourselves, we help order the universe. When we resurrect ourselves, we help to resurrect Sophia. People need to embody more of this ordered principle that gets it done. What do you want to get done? Are you here to break free? Then fucking act like it, right? You know, I've been accused of being too ordered and masculine in my approach. And that just shows me how much we're in need of masculine energy. If this approach is dangerous, if this isn't loving enough, I don't know what is. We don't actually love ourselves when we abandon masculine energy. Because the masculine helps us take a mystery, turn it into a revelation. Take an idea, turn it into a reality. Take an intention and then live out that intention. When things feel messy and confusing in our lives, that is a call to lift up masculine energy. If things feel overwhelming and not clear enough, if we are overloaded by information and the ways of the world and the opinions of others, then this means masculine energy needs to let itself be known, and let itself be known not just in our minds, but in our day-to-day lives. Things feel messy when we disrespect our ability to get through all of the tangles and carve out some glorious path. So let's carve that path out Let's join the divine feminine and the sacred masculine. And let's keep doing it. Please keep up the great work. Paradise has been conceptualized as a garden. And what is a garden? It is chaos within a perimeter of order. A forest isn't a garden because a forest is just chaos. And while a forest is beautiful, there's something very special about a garden. A garden exists housing intentional placement of beauty within a perimeter of order. A garden does not extend everywhere. A garden has to be contained. There's a reason why paradise is conceptualized in this way. When things are confusing in our lives, when things feel too messy, that's a sign that masculine energy needs to come forth and do its job